line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come indeed here live on PT Racing TV to bring you and showcase to you the GOAT Racing League's RCSM Truck Series season opener here on PTM Racing TV. And with a field as loaded and as big as this one, there's only one thing left to do, but to get started with the action, the call here on the show. Hi again, everyone, and I am the Crusader Christian Shriver, joining you guys here today on the call. We're getting you set down on the track and ready to line them up on the field. Let's take a look at tonight's lineup. This is a long list, so bear with me. The number 19, he won last time out Saturday night. It'll be the 19, Tyler Dalton, the outside in. The number 30, that's Brian V. Macklin. And row number 2, John Hickman Jr., pilot number 60 outside. And the number 2, that's Ricky Udding. Row number 3 is Joey Gadina, and the 14 outside. And the number 41, it is EJ Orick. Row number 4 is Steve Rutter, and the 87, the outside of the 02, that's going to be Shannon Wood. Row number 5, that will be piloted down there by John Fowler in the 69 outside. And the number 6, that's Mike Kelly. Row number 6 is Scott Simley in the 7 the outside. Jeff Ramsdale piloting the number 97. Row number 7 is going to be piloted by the 93 of Bud Shear the outside. And the 37 is Albert Abar. Row number 8 is going to be Christoph Hall on the 44 the outside, and the 42 is going to be Dakota Kramer. Row number 9 is the 15 of Joe Hudson the outside, and number 75 is Alan Wild. Row number 10 is Anthony M. Galatani, and the 84 the outside, and number 10 is Ryan D. Cook. Row number 11 is James Smith, and the number 80 the outside, and number 96 is Jerry Livingston. Row number 12 is Maurice Burnett, and this 8 the outside, and the 13 that is Kevin Hassey. And row number 13 is Dusty Burkhardt, and 39 is outside, and the 11 is Ron Holyfield. Row number 14 is Samuel Harrell, and the 43 the outside, and the 24 is Cody Sturgill. Row number 15 is Russell Ottaway, and the 89 the outside, and the 45 is Joseph Atchison. Row number 16 is going to be Chad Coleman, and the 5 the outside, and the number 23 Charles Van Schaik. Row number 17 is going to be John Macmillan Jr., excuse me, the 83 the outside, and the 38 that'll be John McMillan Sr. Aaron X Jackson, and number 12 the outside, and row 18 with the 18 of Philip Schmitz. And finally, in our final rows, it will be Dick Rader, and the 88 the outside, and the 3 that is Zach Ridingstein. 07 is Dijon Montague. Well, I tried. Race fans, here we go. Let's just get to the race, and the action is underway here on Pizza Race TV. Okay, drivers I did not catch in that one were Zach Ronstick, Nick Rader, Ryan Wortman, Dijon Montier, Randy Kaching, David Pencil Scott, AJ Dismazo. Those were ones I did not catch, and this is not looking the best already for some of the drivers. That is the 0-2 down below on the grassy plains there. 0-2 there, that was Shannon Wood getting off center and off point there by a little bit. We'll have to see how that plays out a little bit later, but we are green and we are racing. There are 45 drivers that made the call in tonight. They came down to race, they came down to fight. 75 laps to the distance. This is a wild, wild, wild race, to put it nicely. Stage laps here, we're looking at 15, 35, and then there's 40 laps to the distance, so a little bit shorter than what we dealt with last time out on the track here, but it should still make for some very hard racing. I will be having to jump through the back of the field a little bit, try to keep up. There's a lot of guys, though, to keep up with and watch as well, so you may see our live timing sheet go all over the place. We don't quite have every single car on track here. McMillan's right now currently laying low here out of the troublesome slates here. The 99 of Russell Ottaway right now comes pulsing through the field, trying to move his way to the chains. As the rest of the guys right now trying to keep up their distance, trying to keep up their stuff. Race leader right now in that Sim 500 camp. Once more, guess who? Tyler Dalton once again back in the lead, back in the top spot. And remember, in those Next Gen Cup Series last time out, he brought in the Global Team Strategy Camp and brought Victory Lane home. He told me earlier today, if he can bring Hunt home in the Truck Series, he's sending a message to everybody. He's here to play. Well, you can send a message all you want. At the end of the day, you still got guys that have won before here on the show. Here comes the Navy Bride himself, the number 30, Brian V. Macklin. Down on the inside, the Toyota Tundra driver right now moving his way in, and he's looking for a fight out here. Moving their way down to the chains right now. So far, Jeff Ramsdale kind of hiding his way back into the field as well. The rest of the field are the same. It's just stay focused on the line, stay focused on their cornering. Every driver right now just kind of waiting and wait, trying to move the way and trying to see the gains. A lot of drivers hanging way back low. They're in the field as well here. A lot of them starting up. Looks like the starts with the 43 of Samuel Harrell. And then continues on with Cody Sturgill, Joseph Atchison, Charles Van Schaik, Russell Ottaway. Just a massive amount of drivers that, normally speaking, they don't usually hang back low like that. This is surprising to me. See them this far back in the field, this far back around the track here. Usually would see them a little bit more closer to the front with the rest. So we'll have to see how that plays out as we go on board here with Harrell. Driver's already moving the chains around him, though. He is not looking like he's going to get any help from anybody. Sturgill getting there with him. Ron Holyfield also right up there with it. And Holyfield, too, he's another one of those drivers last time out when we watched him out here that really came oh so close to winning it out there in the field. Today, he said it's good to be with my team, but at the end of the day, I'm still looking for a win here, boys. Alright, now that I also got settled up here on the broadcast too, sorry guys, I know it's taking me a while to get kind of used to getting everything settled in here, but I had a lot of things I was doing. Remember, I got like 45 drivers I'm working with right now, plus I had a few other posts that were going up on our PayTM Race TV page. We didn't realize they were doing so. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning on in here tonight. Ernest King has joined us, says good luck all, RKR in the house. Sammy Harrell says let's go. Ryan Spence says good luck, bro. Thank you everybody for tuning on in here, and if you are new to the channel, you know the drill. Like and follow us up on Facebook, head to our YouTube, subscribe here, or if you're watching it on the replay on YouTube. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we certainly hope you enjoyed this one. Okay, all that out of the way, back to the action. Right now, currently, we are rolling through our laps here and rolling through the times. Only 5 laps remain here in stage number 1. So far, so good. Been a clean little getaway for the top spot there. But if you're in the rest of the field, everybody else is currently trying to fight their way in position and trying to fight their drive down. Back the pack off, stout off to the field here right now. Currently, we're looking at the number 5 there, Jack Coleman. Way down low in the middle of the groove here, trying to get up there to the McMillans there of Junior and Senior. Junior's driving the 83, Senior driving that 38, good wrench body. The 36 there, that is Richard Crane. Great to see him back out here once again for another season. Been a time or two since we've seen some of these drivers, but boy howdy, have they been a little bit of a time or two to have on. And David Pencil Scott in the 31, taking for a bit of a loop here on the front straightaway. Troubles for the 31. Driver's got to get him squared up and got to get him off the track quickly. They're going to stay green, though. No time for that caution to light to pop out. Not after all that here. They got a few more laps remaining. Dalton, still your race later, man. He's put everything into the boots. And speaking of the boots, up to the front. Macklin driving it right off. Nearly gets clipped through and taken for a ride. Got a good little opening there and managed to hang through. EJ Oric now looking his way into the field and down across the plains. EJ Oric, one of the Sim 500 drivers we met back on Tuesday nights a while back here. Coming back with a fiery vengeance, looking to prove he can still get it done. If I had to rank him anywhere, I'd probably put him up there with the guys, of course, like the Gold Standards themselves and Aaron Smith, to the other heavy hitters that usually come forth in these races, like the season champion of the Cup Series, and Charles Van Schaik. And right now, these guys absolutely tearing it up, running the gauntlet, running through the field here, trying to get every lap to count. 13 down, 2 to go. Joey Gattina, another guy here to really watch out for throughout this event, throughout this race here. Gattina's been a very careful individual in terms of where he makes his move, where he makes his runs at. And with him joining with the GOAT Racing League as well, and the rest of the crew that have come on board, that Sim 500 Super Speedway Series, man, I guarantee you they'll have their hands full throughout these races up the list. 3 deep right now, trying to find another opening, going to find a chance here to get some positions put up on the track here. But again, not a lot of room, especially not a lot of time to get out here. Caution! Big wreck ensuing on the front straightaway. Jeff Ramsdale goes for a tail whip and a spin. I don't know how. That truck is not damaged worse than it is, but my word, he went for a ride. Well, a little bit of an overlay fix-up, and also I just realized my audio was still on, so we're going to go ahead and fix that. That's my bad if I heard double my voice there, guys. Presented by Race City Sports Memorabilia. Here's our PTM Racing TVS replay, and you can see right here, Ramsdale getting tagged in the back there, got it on the front straightaway, got slammed down, gets into Dakota Kramer, the 42, the only fans getting more than his fair share of fans on that one, but unfortunately for Ramsdale, not what he wanted to have happen and not the way he wants to start this one off. That was Joey Gattina, the way that got him there in the corner, and you can see the slight damage there on both Kramer and Ramsdale, but both drivers seem to be okay. They'll be able to continue on. Stage 1 will be put in the books, race fans, and definitely a wild little stage there, to say the least. Many drivers are now going to have to find their way into a very tough ordeal here. I still can't believe we got over 40 drivers in this lobby here, man. This is one of the biggest fields we've had in quite some time. You win this race out, you might as well consider yourself a king. And I'm not talking an earnest king, I'm talking a legit king, because that is something even I would not even imagine being able to do. From pit road, the 75-pound Wild is the first one out. Macklin goes out second, Dalton will be out third, EJ Orr going to go fourth, and fifth will be Ricky Edding. Rest of your field right now currently in pit road, currently getting structured and set up here on the track, trying to figure out when and where they're going to go and when and where they're going to place themselves out at. Just getting a good look at idea here right on the track, see where everyone is at in position, where they're coming through on the fields. So I believe coming to the line, Dollar Dalton was your stage winner, so we'll give him the nod here in the Sim 519. But nevertheless, he is going to have his hands full and his hands very intact, very in control here. He's going to have to really dial up a few more positions, dial up the truck a little bit more. Well, this field right now is currently getting straight back out on the track and ready to rip it around the circuit again. We're going to bring him around down the back straightaway. Green flag will be popping up next time on by. First stage in the books, second stage coming up. How will these drivers fare, and how will the field rock and roll with this much impact and animosity ready to bring it to the house? All these drivers right now know they are in for a wild little ride here. Centered off down to the green flag. We wave once more. Back to the action. Stage number 2 begins. Sewn up through the field. Mike Kelly and the number 6 are going to go up on the outside there. Backlund going to stay in the bottom lane as they reel him off. 69 Don Fowler now 4 spots down from his qualifying position here, but looking to try to change that real quick. Shannon Wood, we saw him just a little while ago getting thrown into the back stretch and into the back half into the drawback territory. They're looking to try and fix that and change that up real quick, and they know they cannot make any more mistakes here. Squared up, round off the turns, every driver for themselves here, and they know it's a long, long road to success. One lap is all you need to win, and that is what makes this so difficult. Kevin Haas right now on the onboard camera, or Kevin Haas. I believe it may actually be Haas, not Hassy, though. If it is Haas, then my bad. We'll go with Kevin Haas for now, or I guess that'll probably be our best guess. Again, if I do ever say your names wrong on the broadcast, folks, you know what to do. Get in touch with me and let me know immediately. Top of the screen, high to the bottom, back to the field again. So hard to really keep up because everyone right now currently just trying to push their way through and trying to make some hard moves off currently. Talk about charging through the field here. 23 spots up. John McMillan Jr. in that 83 Napa Auto Parts machine has gone the distance. He started 33rd. He is currently in 10. He's looking for the front. He's looking for the pack. But in order to get that, he's going to have to survive the drafts and really hang in there. Bobby Skinner's getting Nancy Halverson Skinner on here. Bobby, thanks so much for tuning on in here. Right now, currently, it is looking like Dalton may have to really deal with 3 drivers in this one here. Dalton, Oric, and Kelly. And it looks like, really, in my opinion, Oric and Macklin will be the long-term investments for him there here. Still shooting to the moons and through the fields, though. The 10 of Ryan D. Cook here having to come back from that horrible wreck he suffered last time out here. Wants to try to bring it back to the house and bring it back onto the field. So is the man that really pilots in the big 23, Charles Van Schaik. So close to winning it out in the Global Heat Range Strategy Next Gen Cup Series Daytona season opener. He told me earlier today, I will not let that be the same fate I struggled with this time. He's looking to try and take it on through and with stride today. 7 of Scott Simley as well, man. In the 11th spot, he's currently 11th. Letting nothing out on the table and letting nothing off on his end. Currently holding up the bargain. Remember, stage lap on lap number 35 here. That will be when everybody heads in towards pit road here, and that'll be when it really starts field and have to make a strategy position here. Do you start up front and have to use up the fuel, or do you go to the back and risk being lapped down but save fuel to possibly make a little charge there for later? All plays on one strategy and plays on one keen instinct of the track. That's what makes this so difficult today to really pinpoint and be accurate about. The number 2 here as well, Ricky Udding. Great to see him back out. He had an impressive season last season as well, putting on a show and putting on a fight. He had a great couple of wins there, some on the shorter tracks and a few on the bigger tracks. He told me earlier as well, I've kind of wanted to go back out here. I wanted to show him again that I can still race with these guys. And he's trying to do it here in this case as well. Bobby's here saying, talking Giants car number 1 in my opinion. I may be a little bit confused on that one there, sir. I don't think we even have a number 1 on this car here or any Giants here. And I don't think he's talking about the New York Giants, even though they kind of got knocked out of the Super Bowl, out of the playoffs. Just saying. Hey, it makes you guys feel better at home. My Packers got eliminated before we even got into the playoffs, so you're welcome. Anthony M. Tani right now in the 84 here, currently leaning in towards the front, towards the field, going on board here with Anthony. As you can see too, just the adrenaline, the push right now these guys are dealing with and really having to hang on with. They have a lot going on and a lot to play down with the track, and they know they can't be out of control too much. Dakota Kramer in the 42, way down low. He's going to get himself put a lap down here and try to stay away from issues and trouble there. Skinner's saying it's the number 84 he was talking about. Oh, okay, I got you now. Well, see if I can find it here on the radar here. Where's the 84 at? Oh, there he is, right there. Yep. We just talked about him there. Yep. Justin Pennick also rooting for that 84. Thanks so much for tuning on in, guys. Luke Perkowski says, talking Giants versus the Worlds. Oh, okay, I get the reference now. Carol Stevens says, I was waiting for that one on the other link I commented on. I thought it was there. That's hard finding me anyway. Carol, I do apologize in advance there. I will say, though, if you do like and follow us up here on Pizza Race TV, when we go live, you will receive a notification on your end which says we are live on the call. So when that pops up, you can actually just click on it and it'll send you right to the video you're at. Now keep in mind though, we are live a lot, so only wait for the ones on the Tuesday nights or Saturday nights. Speaking of live and well, man, the roar of these bad boys, they are living it and they are learning it extremely well here. So while talking Giants versus the Worlds here, okay, I get it now. Look at that, I get it. It's literally the design of the truck. I got it. So many trucks out here to keep track of, guys. I can't keep track of everybody. I'm sorry. Nicholas Peak says 75 garage door commander car looks awesome. See if we can find that one here while the battle moves up ahead. Tyler Dolan back into the race lead for the moment here. We'll see if he can hang on to that. Well, to Alan Wild was currently having to make his way through the field, and now he's had himself into pit row. Looks like he had a little bit of a strategy move he was trying to pull, but these guys up ahead know what they got to do, which is make a run for it. He's going to be put a lap down if he's not careful. There's one thing as a driver you don't want to see. It's literally this right here, a screaming, maddening mile of drivers coming right into your living room. That is what you really don't want to see there. Alan better get that speed up quick, and he better get himself in a good spot to try to block them from trying to make any big moves here. But get everybody to slow down that position, get slow down on that spot. Good luck with that. And it looks like he's going to take the easy road here. He's going up to the top side as these drivers are coming right back behind him. This is what it's like when you got drivers passing at about 200 miles per hour. Hang on down there, Alan. The whole field moving their way through. So far, so good. Clean as can be. They're still clean. They just got to be a little bit careful about when and where they make their moves and make their targets. They got to stand on the gas pedal at the same time, though. You can't let that accelerator off, especially with this draft line. Those rear end spoilers are not going to make it any easier to get a grip or get some more power going. So you really have to control the RPMs, make the speed, and keep the momentum up as high as possible. That's your only way to stay in it. Dr. James Milletta says 84. Let's go, baby. Ducker, thanks so much for tuning on in tonight. A lot of fans rooting on that 84 right now. A lot of guys currently rooting on that 23 Charles Van Strike as well. I'm getting word from other comment sections here. Some think that Dalton still has a good chance as well to bring home a second win in a row. It's hard to really pick, but EJ Oric, there's one guy that wants to try to get some revenge on the Super Speedway end. It's definitely him. So many times he could have been in the top spot. So many times he got kind of trapped in the field, and this time he's looking to bring it on home. Back through the stack, into the field. The number 82 and the number 87, excuse me, of Steve Ritter, and the 97 of Jeff Ramsdell passed up into the distance. Ramsdell with the damage on the side there. Definitely can't be too thrilled about that. Neither can Steve Ritter here, getting passed up by everybody else in control. Hungry batch of drivers right now coming through and making their way through the feints and through the field. Back of the ends here, Jerry Livingston returning back as well. And the 96 there with the 12 of Aaron Action Jackson. Trying to make up for what his mind was a good season last season, but really, in my mind, it was a bit disappointing considering the fact that he had so many missed opportunities, so many chances really to take home more wins and get some more chances into the top spot. But old gold standard himself, Aaron Smith was always there to take down old Action Jackson. Glad to see if that comes into fruition. Now he's able to bring some home this season. But right now, all drivers are equal here in this Daytona 200 mimic, if you will. Time running out right now here, the 19. That's our Dalton staying right with Oric. Kelly right in the field as well. To the race there, here's what's going down. Time running now. Oh, there's more trouble ensuing back on the back. Turn number 3. Big wreck ensuing. Ricky Utting and a whole bunch of drivers causing the wreck and crashing down off of turn number 3 and 4. A huge, huge hit. And many drivers involved in this one. Oh, my goodness. What a massive pile up down there. And unfortunately, many drivers caught up down there on the track. Second caution of the day. It's our first one under another stage. It's our second one, excuse me, before the stage break. We'll take a look at the replay. There's the issue there. Ron Holyfield, he gets into a little bit, and unfortunately, driver's not aware when and where to get out of that one, and really there was no escape from it. On our look at it, presented by Race City, Sports Memorabilia. Look at this, 3 wide. Holyfield gets into Randy Cook. Cook gets it. There goes the 23 of Van Scheidt, or excuse me, the 8 of Maurice Burnett. He gets clipped in there. Richard Crane gets clipped. Russell Ottaway in that 89 got a little bit, and you can just see a lot of drivers getting their day ended so quickly. We're going to have to really get that instant repair, which they will not have tonight. They only have the time that it takes to fix these trucks up. Bobby Skinner saying that was a big one. Cobb Colby Crosley says, this is my Super Bowl talking Giants versus the world. Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. It's definitely a Super Bowl-like race here, if you ask me. Skinner saying Danny King is in 39 plates. Well, I think he probably went up a few more spots had he not get into that mess there. Right now, anyway, Brian V. Macklin is your race leader, race fans. When we come back, we have just a few laps remaining in the stage. That will come to an end. Final stage is upon us. Who will come out on top and who will bring it home to victory lane? We're going to find out when we come back live here on Pizza Race TV. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's race here for the season over is running start by our friends at Race City Sports Memorabilia. A big thank you to them and all those that are supporting the show tonight here. Be sure to check them out on their Facebook page for more information. So with that, also real quick guys, just want to ask in the comment section down here, does anybody have any stream issues or they may be seeing a little bit of a fuzzy blur every now and then? I just want to kind of make sure the stream's looking good here. We do have, I know we got over 40 drivers. We got 45 drivers in total here we're trying to keep track of, but I wanted to make sure at least that you guys are at least seeing everything okay and everything's coming out for the most part. If there is a little bit of blurriness, I do apologize in advance. On my end, I haven't seen anything, but I just want to ask you guys at home, make sure everything's okay on your end. And do be honest, folks. Don't worry, you're not hurting our feelings if you say there's a little blurriness or it's not, it gets a little fuzzy. Carol Stevens noticed it too. Nicholas says all good on my end. Well, I got 2 folks saying they have a little bit of an issue with it. John Stacy now coming on board says let's go garage door commander number 75, Alan Wild. Andrew Christopher, Stocking Giants versus the Worlds, rooting on the 84. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Michael Apter, Talking Giants versus the World. Yeah, we got a lot of love down there for this guy here in that 84 camp. I think we got a lot of fans here in the comments section. We probably got a lot of fans down in that stands right now rooting on that big bad 84 camp. We'll have to see what the big Chevrolet can bring to the build today. Off the distance through corner number 4. For the final time this day, race fans, it is time to bring the GOAT Racing League Truck Series back to the green. This is the final stage at Daytona. Emotions running high, thoughts running even higher. Now this will engage a lot of drivers in a very unique situation. They're going to have to plan the strategy and plan the fuel now, because this is where it all comes down. They're not going to have enough to get through the whole race here in terms of fuel. They've got a 40 lap distance they're going to have to travel through and manage their way through, so there's a lot of drivers They're going to be put into a very tough little ordeal in a very tough situation. We'll see how they handle here. Isa Cortez, Kevin Brestucci also joining on in here. Thank you all so much. I apologize if I say anybody's last name in the comment section wrong or in the race wrong. Feel free to let me know how to properly say it if I do say it wrong, guys. Massive gains to the field. Macmillan Jr., we talked about him earlier. 21 spots up still so far. Kevin Haas, 19 now, 20 spots up. The number 13 Budweiser machine is putting down a few drinks and bringing it to the house today here at Daytona Beach. Off that corner, number 2 there, I believe that was Dusty Burkhardt. No, that was not that was not Dusty. I can't really tell who that was. It might be Charles Van Schaik, I think. No, I don't think it was him. Oh no, it was him. Yep, that was Charles Van Schaik. Can't confirm that was Charles Van Schaik there. That was coming off turn 2. He'll be put a lap down, so his start to the truck series is so hot. Marching their way down around the track. So far it has been pretty much those top hitters up there with Kelly, Dalton, Macklin, and Oric right now. Haas, Wood, Hickman Jr., Simley, and yes, Calatani, the Talking Giants versus the world. They've all made their way through. Alberto Abar as well. He's been making a little bit of a comeback here. He started 14th. Side by side here with Scott Simley for the moment here. Let's see what happens down there. Bobby Skinner says that inside is moving. Yeah, that bottom lane will be moving quite a bit. Again, a lot of drivers look to try to gain speed, gain traction. I think a lot of ground will be covered as they go along and really into the field. You know, with all the drivers we got on the list here, we kind of forgot some about the bigger names too. Bud Shear in the 93, he's another one that you got to really watch out for. Remember, this is the guy that's been in the top 4 not only trucks but in the Cup Series, and only to be thrown again by the gold standard Aaron Smith last season. He came into this season, he said point blank, I'm not looking to take home 1, I'm looking to take home 2. And if I got to bring the house down, I'll race my tail end off to win it here. Wasn't successful in the Next Gen Global Team Strategy Series there, but here in the Truck Series so far, not doing too bad. He's at least staying on our cameras here in 20th position. And when you see that field behind him and in front of you there, makes it a whole lot easier just to kind of hang on. We've got a new leader right now, Mike Kelly, in the number 6 here. The Toyota starting to phase in and starting to bring it in. Chappelle looks like the lifetime making it look like that. So what I asked earlier about that issue. So that's good to hear though. Carol Stevens says, can't read the ticker tube, Larry. By the way, I'm Russ Ottaway's mom. Carol, thanks so much for tuning in here. So far, your boy currently is still at least hanging in there. We'll go find him here for you, but he's kind of hanging around in the back of the pack here. Or actually, I gotta take that back. I think he might have gotten trapped down there. He's actually in pit road. Sorry. He's actually in the. Currently in 14th position though, so not dead last, but definitely not where he wanted to be. Moving down the chains, 3 wide off the gap. This is where the excitement begins. This is where the chaos can ensue. Every driver for themselves here down in the pack to the top spot, into the high and the lows. From the heavens above to the depths below, we've got ourselves a battle for the front. And right now the 14, Joey Gattina, he wants to use the side draft. He wants to move the chains. He's asking for drivers to follow him. You could say he's got a radio station turned on right now. He's got the congas playing because he wants to come with him now, but that doesn't mean these drivers will go with him. Instead, they'll go down below into the depths below. Major issue, wrecking off of corner number 2. Into the front straightaway to turn 1, I should say. Scott Simley got clobbered in there. Looks like the 07 Dijon Monte as well got thrown into the mix, into that pack. They stay green, no caution. Whoa. Michael says trouble but still green. Yes, indeed. Tucker James Meletta says, oh my. Yeah, that's what we usually do on these broadcasts. It don't matter how good or how tough you are. You're no match for what Daytona or Talladega brings to the table. It will bite you eventually if you try to dare challenge it, and that's exactly what happened there. Field right, and again, I can't read all your comments, guys. I kind of still call the race a little bit, so I do apologize if I missed something down in the comments section here, but don't worry. We know what you guys are probably wanting to see and what you're figuring. Right now, yes, we know the 84 is moving to the chains. Right now, currently, the field is still trying to hammer home and trying to hang on as long as they can. You see the field right behind, looking in deep and looking through the charts and trying to stay in control. If you're a driver right now, your main focus is, without a doubt, find the draft, find the line, and hang in through where you can. It's not a lot of openings and not a lot of room to make mistakes, and they're well aware of that. Back on board here with Ryan V. Macklin, the Navy. Brad himself currently trying to represent the branch and represent them well. We see pretty much all flavors and tastes and colors from the military end coming on the track and coming on the show, and it certainly has been the way to say the least. Coming off from the corners here, right to the field. It is still anybody's guess who can make the best of this. And again, we have yet to see the full fuel strategy being on the track end here, so who knows who can make the best move and the best times here. You see the field starting to gravitate more toward the bottom. I think they may be setting up a pit strategy here. Looks like they may be going ready for pit road. Remember, these drivers have gone only about 15, 20 laps throughout the start in terms of fuel mileage, so they have to go in one way or another. They cannot go the full distance no matter what they do. Even if they clutch that truck in the entire time, you wouldn't be able to make it anyway. It's impossible. So somebody will have to make the right moves and the right calls to take control of the race and take control of themselves. On board here with Jack Coleman, number 5. 18 spots up here right now for the Ford F-150. The Fords right now kind of hanging low right now. I'm surprised, to be honest, because it seems like the Toyotas have gotten the better of the Chevys, and usually the Fords have a bit of an advantage on these big tracks like Daytona and Talladega, because we talk about it constantly, that way the nose kind of scoops and shovels its way through and allows the truck to actually downslope into the rear spoiler camp. That actually allows them to gain more traction, more speed. But surprisingly today, not the same situation. Or at least for now anyway, because I gotta be kind of watching my words. John Hickman Jr. and Joey Gattina, they are making their way back through. They're running down some drivers. So it could be maybe they're just laying low and just waiting to see where this one will go. Speaking of seeing where this one will go, race fans, it's that time again as well. Before they head to the pits, how's about we let them do the talking and do the racing? It's time to crank it up. Yes, indeed, race fans. When you get it on the live call, you get it on the show, you know you gotta put the pedal to the metal and crank it up a little bit. Heck, it's in our intro to the song that we always play. The Sim 519 still. Tyler Dalton, your race leader right now. EJ Oric in the 41 still looking for an opening. So get that push, get that extra little jump. But again, right now, strategy is definitely looming across their heads. They got to be really patient in terms of where they're going to make their move and when they make that chance to strive to the top. With no instant repairs tonight, these drivers are extremely nervous and careful about where they make any crucial moves or any crucial decisions. And even so, you can even see it in the back to the front right now. The 43, you remember him, Samuel Harrell, the STP machine, has finally came back from the back end of the outskirts of the outhouse. He's traveling to the White House, and he's got some help coming from behind. He's got the 24, Cody Sturgill, right now working exactly in tandem with him, trying to build speed and maintain grip. I love the fans here saying Florida in the stands. Taylor Faulkner there, and Justin Penix saying crank it up. I love it. Thank y'all so much for making this one a pretty fun little show to call so far tonight. Taking control down on the length and down the field, though it is still a long way to go, despite the fact we only got 24 laps to go. You got to remember, these drivers will have different mileages on their pit stops and their fuel run. Those that have been up front this entire time, like Tyler Dalton, Brian V. Macklin, and OJ Oric, they've been on the throttle this entire time, powering through every corner, every little turn. They know they are in a very desperate little lane and different little field here, just trying to stay out of trouble at the same time, trying to keep the pressure on the rest of the guys here, and they know it too. Youngboard with Calatani there and Haas as well as the field right now still kind of squared off. Gonna have to get around lap traffic again here. Watch out down below. That is Charles Van Schleick in the 23 down off the playing field. He's off space, off speed. He's out of the way though. I feel like I'm seeing a bunch of wolves just hunt down a piece of prey down there. I'm coming off turn 4. That's got to be the scariest thing in the world, being in lap traffic and having to see that coming to your face. Squared in deep, making some runs, making some positions. 22 remain right now. Time to take a look at our best times here on the lineup here. And again, you got to remember these drivers are hitting up speeds up upwards of over 205 miles per hour at times at their peak and at their fullest of 10. Now, that said though, they're speed-wise, they're looking at the fastest lap here. If you're not in that 47 category, you have no time for grip and no time for error. You're blazing the speeds and blazing the tires with that kind of run too. And so far, what I'm seeing is a 47.43 is right now the fastest of the bunch. That was set by Scott Simley in the 7th truck. That's the fastest time I'm seeing right now. Although now I'm finally going down the bottom. Brian D. Cook out of the race here at 47.33. That was the fastest time set today. However, that is not going to be able to stand up to what could come later. You never know here on Pizza Race TV. Things can swap in a mix and come through in the field. Draft and hit a slingshot. Yeah, it's a little bit more easier said than done. But if you're guys like the 43, you know how they work a lot. Here we go to the front and the outskirts to the White House. Chad Coleman in the 5 right now. He has been in 31st position. He's 29 spots up. Samuel Harrell, Cody Sturgill not far behind, 24 and 23 spots up respectfully. That is impressive. Pit stops now going to be ready to come forth, and they need to be careful. They have got to all go in at the same time. Braking will be different for everybody. Bobby Skinner saying easier said than done on the draft part. Yes, indeed, that's right. You cannot get a good slingshot without having some runs, get some momentum underneath you. But also, you got to remember, the airflow around these trucks, the aerodynamics of the truck to hold down on the track. You still have to really maintain grip and maintain pace. Just even make sure that it's got enough time to get into that momentum boost and into that run. Pit stops being made now. Tyler Dalton, Mike Kelly, Anthony M. Calatoni going in. John Hickman Jr., Joey Gattina, they're all going in. John Fowler, Bud Shearer, Joe Hudson, Alan Wild, John McMillan Sr. and Jr., and Aaron Jackson, and Philip Schmitz are all on pit road. Pit stops of many, pit stops of plenty. They're getting the fuel and they're getting out of there. No good years added on for this one. Bobby, honestly, I kind of disagree with the tire strategy there. I would not put 4 on. The biggest thing there is just use your fuel and go from there. Forget about the tires. The tires aren't going to do you much good on a play track in this case. Get the fuel and get out there. And right there you see, looks like Mecklin almost got himself a 30-second penalty. He's got to be careful down there. You get into pit road too fast, they will penalize you. We'll have to see what the judges decide on that, and if he was too quick entering in pit road. Right now, though, Sturgill and Harrell will stay on out. Maybe a bit later than everybody else, and I don't know if I agree with that strategy, again, because you got guys that are coming through the field and coming up quick, including the packs that are trying to bring it back on down. Kevin Haas, Brian V. Macklin, EJ Orrick, and all of them, they're coming out. But guess who's also coming back out? Here comes the Mad Dads here. The Mad Lads are firing on all cylinders. Gattina leads the entire field up to the front. Burrell in pit road right now, and that will do his strategy in. I apologize in advance for the ticker here and the sliders going all over the place. And no, your eyes do not deceive you, folks. The 84 is your new leader. He's right in front of the number 6 on Mike Kelly, but guess who's coming up behind? Are we sure we didn't turn the movie to the Lion King right now? Because that's what it's looking like right now. Somebody yell at Simba to get moving already. So looks like Harrell and Sturgill did get back to the field, so I gotta apologize in advance. The timing was off on that one, but may not be for long. Calatani, is coming up. So is Macklin. So is Orrick. Here we go. Big jump to the inside. 3 deep down. Sturgill gets out of there. Orrick going for a big run call right in this spot as well. Coleman trying to hang on. They're going to go through, weaving through traffic now. Look out below. If I'm in that lap traffic right now, I'm thinking, where the heck do these guys want to go and where can I get out of here? But for Samuel Harrell right now, he's kind of literally playing both lines here, both sides. Maybe looking across on the outside. No, he will not. Macklin takes over. We have a new leader. Everybody in for it, trying to stabilize down at this point. There's not a whole lot you can do. 16 laps remain. Passing an opportunity, sitting much in. Everybody right now just trying to stay out of trouble, but at the same time how to run the gaps and through the distance. Absolutely chaos. Kevin says, great pit stop, great play call from Kafka. There's a lot of big moves here they got to make. Oh, speaking of big moves, bump and tagging. They're dragging him off and they're running him off. They got him backing up on the back straightaway. Kelly got punched in the back of the 84, trying to maybe make a move for the top. Or Kelly was trying to get to the bottom. Either way, both drivers lined up side by side simultaneously right now. Fans right now on their feet. There's nobody sitting down, and apparently there's nobody leaving our section here in the comments section, which we don't mind. We love it. But these drivers right now, man, they will not give an inch. And everybody that was up front either has been thrown to the back or kind of trapped in the mix of it. Sturgill making a very daring move there with Samuel Rell to go in later than usual. Now finds himself trapped in the mix up here. Tyler Dalton, also one of the heavy leaders, got slung in the back, and now he's just trying to stay out of trouble and try to maybe make a run for the front, but he's going to have his hands full. Again, very difficult. They get a good 3 wide or a 4 wide off in the turns, much less in the straights. Another big opening coming up. Down on the inside here yet again, you can see the 6 of Kelly trying to hold Macklin down as the rest of the field turning moves to the chains on lap traffic. Every driver cleared from the mix. 13 laps remain. Absolute insanity, but some absolutely good racing for such a diverse and huge field. The 02 Shannon Wood right now, right behind the 93 of Bud Shearer. Here's they're coming up quick on Kevin Haas. Haas really going to have some problems down there. He may be being attacked by the glitch graphic gremlins. That seems to be the case. Everybody's got to be careful up there because they don't even know where he's at. He's in the wall, looks like, and then he's all of a sudden straight in front of them. When we get to 10 laps to go, we'll put the top 5 on our screen. You will probably be questioning this one out. It's hard to say. There's no driver that has an unfair advantage. It's really just a matter of trying to make the best of what you got. So many, though, will push and shove and come to terms with what they've got to do in terms of making the run and making the moves when they have to. Ulrich right now looking to get it done. Oh, wait a minute. Caution. Caution is out. We've got a caution out on the track here. What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong on the track here? What has happened here? Caution is out. I do not see where the caution was thrown from. There is no word on it. I think I might be seeing, though, one of them that could be the one that's doing it here. I think it might have been Aaron Action Jackson that got trapped up in it here. We'll take a look at the replay, see if we can get any look at it. Again, guys, I didn't have all the trucks on the screen here. We usually only have 40 at most. A lot of smoke there. Trying to see if when the caution was thrown. Trying to get a look at it. Trying to see if we can get some kind of an idea there. A lot of damage on that 12. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really see anything that's going on here, guys. I'm sorry to say. Caution was thrown there, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get the caution here. I don't think we're going to be able to see what caused that caution to pop out. So, apologies in advance there, folks. We're just going to have to treat it like we always do here on the show. We'll just say it's the old ghost caution returning to the show. Baden, I swear I'm not trying to say her last name wrong here, but Poliello. I hope I said that right. Great to have you on board. Thanks for tuning in here. Jake Hinder as well. Thanks for tuning on in as well. Jake, if maybe I could be of assistance, I can explain to you what this is actually. This is a platform called iRacing, which is supposed to be more of a simulation to actual real-world cars and trucks and events that is done by actual drivers that are running in the esports league here that's known as GOAT Racing League. And right now they're currently running at the famed 2.5 mile Daytona International Speedway, trying to have their biggest win of their season, as this is their season opener that we are watching right now. It is a virtual setting, a virtual world, but the feeling and the logistics of it are very real and very awesome to really get in touch with. It's a very big hobby that many fans, and myself included, love to do and enjoy. So that's probably the best way I can explain it there, Jake. I don't know, what do you guys think? Was that a good description, or maybe I should have been a little more descriptive? You guys let me know in the comment section below. Race fans, it is that time at last. We're going to go to another restart. And I've got to ask one simple question. With 10 to go, who is your pick to win this race? Who will be your driver tonight to take it on home? Bobby and Peyton saying great description. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know down in that comment section below who will be the winner of this race. Pick your favorites, pick your driver. I've got a pretty good idea who we're going to be hearing down there, so. Well, majority rules. We got the 84 rocking and rolling. There's some shake and bake in there with Andrew Christopher, Trey Carpenter as well joining us in. Tucker James, Maletta, Bobby Skinner, Jay Kinder, Peyton Napoleano. They're all rooting on the big guy there. And that top half in the 84. But he's got a murderer's row of drivers to take down. EJ Oric and Brian V. Vacklin are no exceptions to trying to beat the best of the best. They're going to have their hands full taking them down. Sammy Harrell has been in the shoe before. He knows how to run the best of them at plate tracks. And donning that 43, you know you best treat it with respect. As a main man, Richard Petty made that number famous and made it his known thing as the king. And he really was the king of the 500 too. Let's find out, race fans, who brings it home to victory lane tonight. The season opener. We'll finalize it here. Top 5 on your screen. Here we go. Hard start. Macklin trying to get ahead quick. No room for error there. They'll fire him down to the inside now, looking for openings here. Field punching their way back on the back straightaway here. Every driver for themselves. There is nobody safe in this one. They will not give an inch. They will not give any room. Punch your way to the front or punch your way out of the mess. Nobody going 3 deep just yet. They keep it clean in the bottom and the top. Oh, look out there, top side though. Look out for old Alan Wild, the 75. He was getting a little wild. He looked for it. He didn't have any room to go outside. And he's looking for another chance. He's trying to get Holyfield to go with him or get out of his way. No room for error there, and still nobody living off. They're trying to side draft. They're trying to push draft. They're giving it everything they can just to get this one through. Coming down around the track. Oh, wait, trouble. There's more trouble. Big one, the pile up. The big one has struck. And Chad Coleman is flipping it upside down in the front of turn number 2. Oh, my goodness. Coleman upside down. He'll get it squared back out of the track, but the big one has struck at Daytona. A massive pile up down in turn 1 and 2. That will bring us to the P10 Racing TV Instant Replay presented by RCSM. And once more, but race fans, what an absolutely wild situation just thrown upon the drivers. We told you, what would they do to make the move? Joey Gattina makes the move, and he made it. It may be one of the most death-defying spots, or maybe one of the craziest spots, depending on how you look at it. But a wild wreck there for many drivers, including that 5, goes end over end for one of the biggest hits he'll suffer all season. But my goodness, the fact that he's even still moving in that car and he's okay, it's just a safety measure beyond belief. One more look at it. Tina made his move. Unfortunately, Not everybody else agreed with it. Wow, what chaos and what madness that just ensued. The leaders that stayed out of it are A-okay, but those that are in that middle pack now have got some serious decisions to make. We're going to be running close to only 3 to 2 laps to go. A green-white checker may be in order here, folks. Folks, this is going to get wild again. What on earth, what were we going to see here? It's insane here, folks. I don't think I've ever seen my comments section just blow up for like one name or one driver besides like when we had Dale Earnhardt Jr. on this call. I think that was the only other time I've seen this many names just come up with this, so. Anthony, if you're listening back on this, dude, no pressure, but you've got a lot of people rooting for you right now. And there's a lot of other drivers right now that would love to take this one home and play spoiler. This one could get interesting. We're going to a green-white checkered. For those that don't know what a green-white checkered is, let me make it real simple for you. We start with a green flag, right? We go a lap around the track. Then we bring a white flag out. We're going to bring them around one more time. After the white, it's a checkered. The race is over. And if you're in front of all of them, no matter how close or how far, you take the win. Right now, what I'm seeing here is currently 12th on back. 13th on back is going to be nearing lap down or on a lap down scenario. Those 12th on up are on the lead lap and they're trying to hang on. Looks like John Hickman Jr. and Kevin Haas trying to get up there quickly here. They're way back in the field and they're hustling. They're trying to hurry. Race fans, the time has come. We'll bring him out of turn number 3 down to turn number 4. This will be their first attempt at a green-white checkered shot. Will it be the 41 of E.J. Orick? Will it be the fan-voted man, the 84 of Anthony M. Galatani? Will it be the Navy brat himself, Brian V. Macklin? Or maybe it might be it's the 43 representing the King's number, Samuel Harrell. Race fans, it's time to tick and poise. We're going to green one more time again. Down off the edges here, side draft into oblivion. The 84 trying to get some help from Samuel Harrell. The drivers on the bottom are not going to give him any inches. Joey Gattina, after that little tag he got there off the bat in turn 2. He'll stay with the field. He's going to try to hang with them up to the front. If they get to the white flag, we're going to finish this under a checker. Harrell Lane close. Calatani also right in the mix. Macklin and Oric are not leaving the bottom. The draft is getting packed up. Macklin looks like he might be going to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your white flag lap presented by Race City Sports Memorabilia. Lap traffic right in front. Macklin to the top. Oric trying to block him. Going to the bottom yet again. Macklin gets caught in between. Calatani right now looking for an opening. He's got the trap. He's got the back trap on the bumper. The bumper is being used up right out to the front. And look out there. The 84 loose. Saved it in the turn. How did he save that? He's getting pumped and sent into oblivion. Goes to 84. EJR takes him out. And there goes the 43 of Samuel Rail off of turn 3. They'll race him back to the line. Oric and Macklin dead even off the line. They're coming to the finish line virtually dead even. It's a drag race under the yellow to the finish. It's gonna be EJ Oric to the line by a mere 200ths of a second. Unbelievable. They wreck hard down on the front straightaway. A massive collision and a massive wreck ensuing. But it's going to be EJ Oric somehow, some way, bringing it in victory lane. Unreal, ladies and gentlemen. EJ Oric won this race. It may be one of the most catastrophic and chaotic ends I've ever seen a race go. Unreal. Well, right now that personal comfort 41 is going to have a lot of comfort tonight, knowing he brought home the win at Daytona and what could best be described as one of the biggest fields you'll ever see here on PT Racing TV. I don't even think the 41 realizes what he just did and what he had just accomplished. Well, while he celebrates there down to victory lane, race fans, here is the final results presented by Race City Sports Memorabilia. EJ Oric's going to win this one out. Brian V. Macklin's going to take home second. Mike Kelly going to go third. John Fowler goes fourth. John McMillan Sr. going to go fifth. Scott Simley going to go sixth. AJ Desmaros is going to go seventh. Samuel Harrell brings home eighth. Joey Gattina ninth. 10th to Phil Schmitz rounding out the top 10 in this one. In an absolutely wild race. The rest of your finishers on your screen right now. We're going to be talking with the top 3 here in just a quick, short minute here. Currently, right now, everybody trying to calm down and probably trying to catch a few of their breaths here. Some of them probably don't even realize what on earth happened, much less what the heck is going down on the track here. But these are your other finishers and everything else. And yeah, Michael, same time next week, fans. We will be back with you guys same time next week. But we still got to talk with the top 3 here. So if you want to listen to them, feel free to stick around. If not, no harm, no foul. We do appreciate you all tuning on in tonight. We certainly hope you will come back here live next week and hope you do. And if you haven't already, be sure to like and follow us up so you guys don't miss it. Also subscribe on our YouTube channel. It certainly helps out the show. So the time has come, race fans. Here they are, your top 3 drivers tonight. Piloting in the number 6 into the podium today, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mike Kelly here, coming away third. And Mike, what a, probably the best way to put it, chaotic end to the front half to the front straightaway, man. What was your look and what was your sight when things got wild there?
Yeah, chaotic, controlled chaos for sure. That was a heck of a run there. A lot of fun. Got that Trans Service Toyota out in its first run for the 2023 season. running good. Got torn up there on that last yellow. Holy moly, I got hit so hard. I can't believe the truck was still running good. But got some good holes and some good runs in that last 2 laps, and got up there. And all of us up there have all ran together a lot, so we all kind of know everybody's tricks. And EJ's one of the best when it comes down to the last lap, making that run to the line. And he made it happen somehow. I don't think one of the other racers was too happy about it, but we were all going for the win. I made a move to the bottom at first. They all started wrecking for a second. I thought I might have had the win, but they must have edged me there, and that was awfully exciting.
Awfully exciting and awfully crazy to say the least here. Now, I know it's only the first race of the season, but considering the field and the size here, does that kind of get you guys going a little bit more, get your blood pumping to kind of just see what will happen next when you guys bring it down on the track?
Yeah, I mean, such 2 leagues merging and new guys racing probably at the beginning of the season, a lot of unknowns. And normally in these types of races, I'm the guy that kind of hangs in the back, but we had such a big field and we're racing for stage points now. And so I just decided to try to run up front all night and had good luck, got stage points in both stages and a good finish. So great way to start off the season. Not sure. I think it was a pretty clean race, but it sounded like it was pretty crazy back there in the back. So I'll have to take a look at your replay. And hard to say what's going to happen the rest of the year. If these big field sizes keep up, it's going to be interesting for sure.
It certainly will indeed here, Mike. Well, nevertheless, here at third place finish for you today, sir. Who do you want to thank for all this?
Well, thanks to you guys at PTM for putting on the broadcast. Can't wait to watch this one. Special thanks to Trans Service for coming on board with me in the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series this season. Really excited about that. Glenn Campbell and that whole crew. Great group of guys. They sponsor a lot of stuff at Sim 500. So thrilled to have them on board. Turn One Heroes, my team, Scott Simley and Steve Ritter. Steve had a good comeback for some early, from some early misfortune on pit road. He got knocked into the wall, and him and Scott both came back and had a real good finish there. So good to have them for teammates. Thanks for everyone at the Goat Racing and Sim 500, and thanks to my smoking hot wife.
Can't leave her out, otherwise you'd probably be on the couch tonight. But nevertheless, great job again there tonight here, Kelly. Congratulations on all this one here, buddy.
Thanks, man. It was a good one.
Yep, it was indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher today, Mike Kelly. And coming away today here in the second spot here, ladies and gentlemen, Brian V. Macklin, the Navy brat, will start where he began, or end where he began. And Macklin, talk about chaotic ending. You literally come across the front straightaway. You're dead even with Oric. And Oric, I don't know what happened there. I don't know what you could see, but man, it looked like you two were going to drag race this thing into oblivion at that finish line.
Yeah, man, EJ and I have been friends for a long time, and we've raced together for a long time, and he's one of the guys I trust the most on these super speedways, so I was excited to get to work with him here tonight, and it's really fun getting to settle it between the two of us. And he snookered me in the middle of 3 and 4. I tried blocking him, and he got down to the inside of me, and once he got there, I knew without help from behind I wasn't going to beat him to the line, but still a great way to start the season, and excited to get this thing going.
Excited to get this thing going and bring home a really wild little fight and a little wild little race end of this here. Backlund, I got to ask you though, man. I mean, you got the first one in the books. You're literally just starting out this season. I mean, what really lays in wait for the rest of the season? Because we know you're a pretty good driver on the other tracks here. And these plate tracks I know are definitely a bit of a different beast. But what is it going to take here to try to get through the rest of this season?
The biggest thing is just going to be consistency. Just getting out there and trying to get good qualifying runs every week, and build up the stage points, and just not make any big mistakes, get into the playoffs, and then that's really where the battle begins, is once you get into the playoffs, trying to advance through. And it's going to be tight because you only have 2 opportunities in each round to advance, and things can happen in a hurry, so just got to get there first and then see what happens and try to go win the championship.
Win the championship indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, here I got to ask you, my friend, who do you want to thank for this all tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Got to thank everybody at Goat Racing League for joining up with Sim 500 to make the 2 leagues even better than they already were. And everybody that makes this stuff happen on the backside, all the sponsors and admins that keep things running. Without them, we're not sitting here doing this stuff. And, EJ, obviously, for working together with him all night. And looking forward to being back.
For sure there. Macklin, man, great to see you back here again, sir. Congratulations popping this one in for a runner-up finish tonight.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys.
Coming away second tonight here, Brian V. Macklin to bring it to the house. But ladies and gentlemen, the man that sits on top of the pole in the victory today, 5 spots up into victory lane, EJ Ork in the 41 will take it home. And EJ, I said literally as you were going around this track, I said point blank, be careful with you because you know you're hungry for a win. You will go for broke and take it to the line. You certainly did indeed here, sir. What was it like out here to pull out the first win of the season?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. First race in the GOAT series to get a win. That's pretty neat. This personal comfort Chevy Silverado was fast. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen there. You know how it can go on these tracks.
Yeah, it was going to go a little bit crazy. Got a little bit wild there as well on that back straightaway. I know there's a lot of folks out there who are kind of wondering what went wrong or what went down there. So I guess really we'll ask you, what was it like when you guys got kind of put in that draft and all of a sudden everything just kind of went out of control there with the rest of the field on the final lap?
Yeah, I saw Cal and Tony and Macklin try to get clear of me, and I felt like I was still kind of under Cal and Tony a little bit. And I was right on the white line, yellow line, and I did the old fake on Macklin. And when the second he went high, I went low on him, and I was hoping Mike Kelly would have enough there. And once I had a nose on Macklin, I went down below the yellow so he couldn't side draft me and try to keep him off, off my door. And I guess it ended up working.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, as EJ, you're going to bring this one home into victory lane. This is the first win of the season, your first win in quite some time here at Pete's Race TV. Who do you want to thank you for all this?
I just got to thank Scott Stenzel Personal Comfort for sponsoring me and getting me to the racetrack every week. And Jody Katina at Save 500, Charlie over here at the Goat Racing. It's exciting. It's pretty cool.
For sure there. All right, EJ, man, congratulations bringing it home for the first win of the season, sir.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, your first winner of the season is the 41, VJ Oric. Well, race fans, what a wild night, what a wild show, and thank you all so much for coming on board. It really means a lot to us here to tune on in. Big thank you again to our friends at Race City Sports Memorabilia again for their support of this season. And a big thank you to everyone for tuning on in. Race fans, that covers your action tonight here Tuesday. Yes, same time, same coverage. Come back and see us next week. We'll be here. You know it very well. We'll see you next time, though, when the green flag flies high on Pizza Racing TV.